Okay, so this is for my assignment for SPED 264, collaborating with families, educators, and communities. The first section we discussed was these are communication skills and why they are critical to the role as an IEP team facilitator. For the first skill, we talked about rapport building. One thing I've become aware of while working in the education field is the importance of relationship building. This includes every single person you come in contact with at your school site. Simply being kind and respectful can go a long way. Building rapport fosters trust between you, the parents, teachers, specialists, and the student. When people feel comfortable, they are likely to express their concerns and share insights and ultimately collaborate more effectively. So for my example for this, I discussed when I was meeting for my first official IEP meeting, I was talking with the school psychologist after the meeting. As an intern, I am still building this relationship. She was discussing how important rapport is among everyone. She herself has an intern as well, and she was explaining how important it is to have a strong team that has really great communication, so that because we are human, we are going to make mistakes. We are going to drop some balls. Hopefully they're very small ones, but we need to be able to support one another and have that strong rapport so that we feel confident that those people are going to be there for us as we will be there for them, because it is a team process. If we haven't established the rapport with that person, you may not have the support you need when you need it. So building relationships from day one is a huge component. I also have noticed as well, when I have received IEPs for interims, that sometimes when you're reading the IEP, then you meet the kid and it seems like it's a different person. And I believe that a lot of that is based on the relationship that those people who wrote the IEP, what their relationship was like with that particular student. With response listening, I stated, by practicing response listening, the facilitator can ensure that parents and guardians feel respected and included, which can improve their engagement in the child's education. By accurately addressing and documenting concerns and insights from the educators and the specialists, we can ensure that the IEP is comprehensive and individualized. We can address any conflicts or differences in opinions calmly and effectively by acknowledging everyone's perspective. Ultimately, responsive language enables the facilitator to create a space where team members can work together to develop the best possible plan for the student's success. And once again, it goes back to that relationship piece. I feel like for myself that one of my stronger skill sets is that I'm able to look at everything from both sides, looking at the opposing side and try to see the value from where they're coming from. So I do believe that helps me with my responsive listening. And then for my example, I put during a recent interim IEP meeting, we had a student arriving to our school who was already in a Tier 3 behavior plan. When we initially read the IEP, we had concerns how the student was going to deal with the transition to a new school, because there was a lot within that plan. However, it didn't express how she got there, which was kind of concerning for us because we couldn't really, understand where they got that Tier 3 from. So when she started, I felt like we were dealing with a different person than what was illustrated in the IEP. The general ed teacher and myself had witnessed some of the behavior challenges and some social struggles, but nothing that required a Tier 3 plan, nor was there information in the IEP to explain why she was there. So we listened to the parents with an open mind to gain insight. We documented their concerns, but it sounded as if there was no relationship built for the student and she had been placed in a box. It was ultimately one of the reasons why they left the school. Another thing that I did notice was that plan was made in April, and it had a lot of components in it that needed to take place to help that student, and none of those were put into place. So the parents expressed that their child never wanted to go to school previously, and now when they wake up, they're excited to come. So we have moved her back to a Tier 2 plan as we do not see the need for the Tier 3, and we will work together as a team with strong communication on how the student is progressing. The next section involves assertion. Assertion enables the facilitator to clearly and confidently advocate for the student's needs while maintaining a balanced and respectful dialogue among team members. An assertive facilitator can navigate the dynamics by standing firm on key points that serve the student's best interest while encouraging collaboration and maintaining a focus on the student's goals. In addition, an assertive facilitator ensures that the IEP process follows legal guidelines and that all necessary components of the plan are discussed and properly implemented. So recently during an IEP meeting, my mentor had been told by the family that we were meeting. We had heard that this particular family had challenges, had been very challenging, and they had been very demanding during previous parent meetings and IEP meetings. And so we wanted to feel prepared and ready for anything when the family arrived. Prior to the parents arriving, the team stated that if things were to get heated, my mentor would table the meeting to a later date once everyone was calm and being respectful. It is important that we maintain balance in these meetings, and we need to work as a team. Interestingly enough, that meeting went off great. We didn't have any problems. Conflict management. The communication skill of conflict management is critical to the role of an IEP team facilitator because it ensures that disagreements and differing viewpoints among team members are addressed constructively, keeping the focus on the student's needs. Conflicts can distract the team from the primary objective of developing an effective IEP. By managing swiftly and diplomatically, the facilitator ensures the focus remains on the needs of the student. When tensions arise, the facilitator must create an atmosphere of respect and openness where all team members feel heard and feel supported. It is important for everyone to feel comfortable sharing their views. So for example, for this one, we had a parent that was requesting to have their student in SDC classroom with no general ed class time. However, they are currently only receiving push-in help for an hour based off data and assessments. The parent was wanting her child in the SDC classroom because she feels her child is so far behind. We do not have the data to support this. We explained the importance of keeping students in general ed as much as possible and felt like she wanted us to provide a one-on-one environment for all day, which is not how this process works. We did come to a common ground of increasing the services, including pull-out time and time in the Learning Center for completion of work and testing. We will continue to collect data as we move forward. And lastly, we discussed collaborative problem solving. Collaborative problem solving encourages the exchange of ideas and leads to well-rounded, individualized plans that support the student's success. The IEP process requires input from multiple stakeholders, parents, teachers, specialists, and sometimes the student, all of whom have very unique perspectives. The facilitator's ability to engage these voices in constructive problem solving ensures that the team can collectively address challenges and find effective solutions that meet the student's needs. When team members are part of the problem solving process, they're more likely to feel ownership of the solutions and be more committed to implementing them. Through the collaborative problem solving, the facilitator can help the team keep the students' individual goals and needs at the forefront of the discussion, tailored to support their academic, social, and emotional development. So for this example, we actually had an IEP just this Friday where we had a student who was receiving ABA services, and the services just began this week. So however, ABA is not allowed on campus during school hours. So the services are being held during school hours currently. So the student is missing 2 days of school because of this. So we were trying to establish a plan to increase the student's service hours at the school. However, it's going to be difficult to ensure those service hours when the student is missing a couple of days a week. Our principal stated that ABA is allowed to come on campus. They are allowed to come on campus after school hours during the after school program, and that we may be able to have ABA come at that time so the student will not miss their service hours. The student is already enrolled in the after school program, so this would be a great fit if we were able to do that. The student is already involved, so it should make for a smooth transition. Parents were provided with contact information, and then the principal contacted the after school program and CC'd the whole entire IEP team to keep us all in the loop to see if we can make that happen for this student. So it's a little bit tentative at this time, but that is the goal, is to have the child receive the ABA hours after school so that we were all able to work together and help the student with his individualized needs. Okay, so that is my homework assignment. Thank you very much. And this is Beth Martey. Thank you. Bye-bye.